Check, check, check. Can you hear me? Okay, so this is a test. Okay, yeah, this is crazy right here because I am trying to make sure that my voice volume is good enough too. So if you guys can let me know in the chat if you can hear my voice and you can hear it well. I don't want to do the whole show and not know if I've got great volume. So I'll wait in the chat for a couple of seconds here just to make sure that I've got good volume. Anybody in the chat, let me know if you can hear my voice well. Or if I need to turn it up, or do I need to turn it down? What do I need to do? Anybody? Volume is a little low. Okay. All right, let's try this. Okay. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? All right, James King, you say you can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Turn it up. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay, can you hear me now? All right, Kenny says you can hear me. Can everybody else hear me? James King, you keep saying it's too low. All right, hold on a second. This is why we have to do these tests. I mean, I'm speaking pretty loud in this thing. Hold on. Two, 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 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Man, this is man, I got great volume. Trying to. All right, how about now? Does it sound better? Better. Still low, but better than. Okay. I may have to do the show at this volume right here and just speak up. I don't know if speaking up helps. I'm hoping that speaking up helps and that it's not distorted. But as you can see, I am in a remote location today. Just wanted to try out the remote location to make sure that I've got everything I need to be able to run this setup in the middle in the middle of a yard without having a power plug. So this is fully on my Jackery battery and then a power for the camera. So I'm hoping that the camera holds up as well. Not distorted sound, clear, just low. I wonder why. Okay, hold on. Let me try. Two, 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 two. Trying the chat mode here. Let me see if there's a setting on here that may turn it up. Hold on 1 second. Two, two, two. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Two, 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 two. Wow. Okay. I want want to get this audio right because I thought it was good. I can hear it in the headphones when I try. Let me try. See, I can hear myself in the headphones as far as what you guys have. All right, let's try something else. 22212. Just gonna try a couple of settings here. 22212. See, that's the problem with these remote setups is you don't know what the issue could be. Could be a lot of things. But I've got the volume up everywhere. I've got it all the way up everywhere. G Kenny, no, I am not bawling. No. Okay, let's. Okay, let me try something here. Hold on. That's as close as it'll let me get. Oh, that's terrible. Golly, that sucks. That I can't get the volume any higher. I've tried everything, guys. I'm trying everything to get this volume up, but this is as loud as I can get it. I can't get it any higher than that. I'm speaking directly into the microphone. It's just something else that I probably have to tweak and continue to work on. That's all I could say. I don't know. I don't know why it's not giving the proper feedback here. At first, when I first set this up, the mic wasn't even working at all. And then I switched it over and everything started working. So now I have no idea because I was getting a signal before this and now I'm not. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for trying to make it work for me here. Um, so, remote locations, as you can hear, it is tough to try to do these remote locations. Only because you can have one thing go wrong and that just changes the whole trajectory of the signal. So now I'm gonna have to try to do this show as best I can, and we'll keep narrowing this thing down, and eventually I'll figure out what was wrong and we'll work it out there. So let me just start off by saying this was a interesting week altogether. The fact that it's Thursday right now. If you guys knew what I have been through since Monday, you guys, I'm just so happy it's Thursday. Not because I've got a gig or anything like that, but because at my last function, which I just had on this past Monday, which was the first one for 2026, I got injured. I got injured pretty good. Oh, okay. Appreciate you, DJ Dave. I'm trying, bro. Um, but yeah, I got injured. I was literally loading in my equipment, and my ankle just kind of folded, not inwards towards my other leg, but outwards, like towards the outside of my left side, and it caused me to, um, pretty much have a sprain. Is what I would have to classify it as, a sprain in my foot, and uh, it progressively got worse leading into the gig. So you guys know I'm usually at my event about 3 hours prior to the event, and by the time it was time for showtime, I could barely stand. I could barely stand. I just will tell you that I have to give one of the biggest shots out ever to DJ Mike. He wasn't going to come and check out the scene and everything that night. But if it wasn't for him, I would not. I probably would still be there trying to load up, fold back up my equipment. It was tough. It was so tough. But let's talk about it. So here's my setup and everything from this past Monday. I had it was an industry party for other vendors that I have that I keep saying I have, but vendors that trust me to play music for them. They it was like I think three combined vendors came together and put together their holiday party. Had it on a Monday so nobody would be working because these are all the vendors that I usually see at my weddings. So I pretty much wanted to bring the tea stand and give them a good show because these guys do a phenomenal job in their lane of weddings or events. And so I just wanted to give them a good night and I wanted to give them a great setup. Plus, I had some stuff that I wanted to try out as well. One of the things that I wanted to try out was the mixer that I used to use. I got several complaints on that mixer between my audio guys, including DJ Mike. They did not like the mixer. They didn't like. They did not like that the mixer, some of the options on the mixer. So I ended up buying the Mackie mixer that I had before. I had originally broken the Mackie mixer that I had before because a drink spilled on it, and it was my fault. I had a drink near there. I just sat it down there for a second, and I hit it with my hand, and it spilled on the mixer, broke it. I bought a new one, but while I had to wait for that one to come in, I had to use the Yamaha 10GXU. And Mike didn't like it. I didn't particularly care for it. But when I switched back to that I keep saying Mackie, I think it's the 804, whatever I used to have on there. It's like the 804 LZ or something like that. It's like night and day. It's like my speakers were like, thank you. It's crazy. It was crazy. It was, I swear, it was the Mackie 804 LZ. If you go back to like one of my I'll probably say my summertime gig logs and just look at what mixer I talk about on there. It's that same mixer again. I loved it so much that I got it again, and it's actually cheaper than the Yamaha. But that Mackie mixer sounds fantastic, so I was able to hook it all up and give it a test go, and it sounded great. So this is the setup I had here, and then I also this is kind of the picture so you can see what it looked like in the room. It wasn't a big room. It was at a fairly new venue that's here in Columbia. It's near Central Energy where it's got that big stage. But this one, they actually built me a little stage just to kind of separate me from the dance floor. And it can hold probably about 175 easy in there. And then it starts to get a little crowded. But it was a really, really good event. I do have some video for you. Let me pull that up. Here's the video. You can see people in the room. You can see kind of everything moving, man. Look, they let me really go with this one. They really let me just kind of do my own thing. They did not give me any playlists. They just said, let's have a party. And I played a lot of stuff that I like to play. I played a lot of stuff that I knew would fly together. And you'll probably be getting some reels from this event coming out here shortly. But it was really, really good. I really give these guys kudos because they, deserve to be able to party, and they brought their significant others with them, and they had a good time. And I just felt like I was in the zone. I mean, you can ask Mike. I was DJing like I was just in the zone, like if I was just free. And that brings me to, this time of the year where everything is kind of slow, and I miss having that freedom. Because weddings kind of stronghold you, and we all kind of play like similar music. But when you get events like this, like corporate events, and they don't really give you any type of song list. They just kind of like, hey man, we trust you. You do your thing. That's the kind of events I like because I can read the room. I can play what needs to be played. I can play what I think will go over. I can try some stuff that just falls in the same lane, and people love it. I mean, as you can see right here, we had a packed house, and they had a band downstairs before me. So it was 2 hours with a band, and then 2 hours with me, and I was kind of like the after party type deal. So it was pretty good, though. It was pretty good. I must say that it was pretty good. No complaints there. They didn't have any complaints. They loved it, and so hopefully we'll be able to do it again next year for them. So big shouts out to all my other vendors who came out and partied and had a good time. Just know that you will be on some upcoming video if you're watching this, on some upcoming content. So I'm hoping that that's it. I kind of hear myself going loud. Hold on. Do I kind of go in and out on you guys' side? Because I can hear it go loud sometimes. I don't know if it's the angle. Two. Yeah, it's like almost like it's the angle, and it gets a little louder. I don't know. I'll leave this on there just in case it does go louder. I'm still gonna try to talk up. Um, but yeah, so I only had one topic today. I really only had one thing that I want to talk about here today, and I'm sure you guys have been seeing it online. But I had my 2 cents to put in about this topic, and the wire might be bad. Let's see. I didn't bring my other wire. I mean, this is a pretty good XLR here. But you're right. It could be a wire. I could check that out. I will. But yeah, I had a topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So online, everybody's been talking about this new rain controller. That's supposed to be like the next great thing. Uh, Look, everybody's like XLR might be bad. What XLR? Yeah. Um, and I'll try that again next time, of course. But yeah, everybody's been talking about this mixer. I'm sorry. Everybody's been talking about this controller that's about to come out. And I wanted to give my 2 cents on not just the controller, but just on the fact of purchasing a new controller. Because one of the things that my peers fall into trouble with is mastering what they already have versus purchasing the new shiny toy. So let's talk about that here. So let's talk about that here. So over the last, I want to say 2 years, you've had multiple options from Rain to be able to have a choice in controller. I mean, you had the Rain One was an option, and it was the motorized platters, and you had stuff like the Rain One MK2, which was also another option. It also had the motorized platters. You had stuff like the Rain 4, and it didn't have motorized platters, but it was kind of like the rival for the 1000 SRT from Pioneer. And then you had stuff like the Performer that had a 4 channel, and it had the moving platters. So over the last 2 years, you've had options on your platters and everything that you might have, might be able to get, and it's pretty much up to your comfort level as to what you would prefer. But then Rain goes out and they tease you with this, and they put this out there, and it's the Rain System 1, okay? And it's motorized platters again, but it's like a combination of a S11 and a Rev 7 from Pioneer, all in one system. And it's supposed to be, the latest and greatest. And some of you guys will drop your controller and go pick this thing up. But why? Why? Have you mastered what you already have? that's the question that I have. If you haven't mastered the Rain 1, or if you bought the Rain 1 and you hadn't mastered it, if you bought the Rain 1 MK2 and you haven't mastered it, if you bought the Performer recently, because remember that was the hype for the Super Bowl. Remember the DJ was playing on the Rain Performer and everybody went crazy like, oh, this is the next best thing. But if you haven't mastered the Rain Performer, why would you go out and buy the Rain System 1? I just don't understand why you as the culture, or why us as the culture would go out and upgrade even though we haven't mastered it. I still haven't mastered everything on my Rev 7. I have not. I am much better than I was day one. I can do a lot with the Rev 7, but I haven't mastered it. I probably haven't even reached its full potential. And it's filled with potential. I mean, I have an S11 that's in my T stand. I haven't mastered it. So why would I go get a new mixer from another company and say, oh, well, I just wanted it because it was the latest and greatest? I mean, I see these things come out and DJs like lose their minds. It's terrible. It's horrible. Because these companies, they definitely plan on us doing that. They plan on us to go out and just keep buying because it's the new thing. Think about having the car that you have. Okay, think about having like a 2017 version of a car, and now we're at 2025, and you just paid off your 2017. Like, are you ready to turn right around and jump into new payments again so that you can get the 2025 version? I mean, some of us will say, yeah. Some of us will be like, yeah, latest and greatest, man, let's go. But me, I would like to sit on the fact that I've got a car that's paid for it. I don't have to make car payments. My insurance lowers down. I'm looking at all the benefits of not having to pay out extra money. I would rather spend my money, enhancing something else, getting something that's going to give me a return on investment. I mean, because depending on the dimensions of this, I mean, whatever system you have set up now, especially if you have something that's enclosed together, if it's bigger or smaller than, you have to get a whole new top to be able to cover it. You have to get a whole new cover case. You have to have a whole new travel case. Like, there's so many other things that come with it. It's like buying the new iPhone, going from the 15 to the 16. All your connections and everything are for the 15, and now once you get to 16, because you can use USB-C now, or you have to charge it with USB-C, now you've got to change everything out. So now it's costing you even more money. But you're future proof. You're never future proof. I mean, when I went to that DJ kind of conference, or that it wasn't conference, it was when I went to the what was the thing? It was podcast. I went to that podcast for DJ Lil Vegas, and I talked about it last week when I went there. Some of the DJ heads, the real like deep dive DJ gearhead, I'm not gearheads, but DJ real DJ heads. They were in there still talking about techniques. I mean, do you know how long techniques have been out for? And they're just like, man, I would love to get me a new pair of techniques. And that's not even anything that's like on the digital scale at all. They're just like, I like what I have. I would just like to get some new ones so that because my old ones I've just worn them out. Or yeah, if I had to get another mixer, I'm looking for S9. They're not saying I want the S11. They're not saying I want the S7. They're like, yeah, I want the S9. Why? Because it's a great mixer. Why touch something that's not broken? So, I mean, I say all that because I don't want us to fall into a trap as a community to where when these companies put out some of these pieces of equipment, these gears, and we're just like, oh, man, like because it's the new shiny thing, like I got to have it. I got to get it on pre-order. Think about what you already have. Think about what you already have. See, I got something else happening here. See, my camera and everything is This remote thing is crazy. Oh my god. Okay. So I have this up and everything right now. You guys stay on here. I'm gonna try to fix the camera. It probably is overheating. Who knows? But I try to. I can't make this stuff up, guys. This stuff just happens to me. I just want to try new stuff. That's all I want to do. Not equipment, but I just want to try new adventures, and I can't even try that. But I tell you what, we'll go into Q&As and everything here. So you guys go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and we'll jump right to that section of the chat here. And I'm gonna go try to fix this camera and see if it's overheating or what's taking place here. Hold on one second. Can't believe I'm doing this. All right, I don't know how long that clock is gonna last right there. I have no idea, but I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I know that the volume and everything is crazy. Thank you guys for everybody who's in here who's still rocking with me, even though the volume is crazy. But yeah, you could leave a question in the chat, and I'll go ahead and try to get that answered for you here. Let me know what you think about the new Rain controller. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it because, frankly, why would I? Why would I? If I'm not going to get it, why would I research it? Every time Rain comes out with something, I mean, I'm not like jumping for joy to go get it. The best thing that Rain has come out with that I love are the Rain MK2s, and I absolutely love them. All right, let's see here. If it's an Osmo camera, no, it's actually the um, Sony ZV-E10. That's the camera. I think it was just maybe on too long. I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna last right now. I'm hoping that it will last, but I do have the Action Pro. I probably should have fired it up, but I wanted to use a camera for the first time that I'm doing this remote session. Hey, my dog knocked out the stream last week. I was in the middle of literally talking. My dog came in and unplugged the computer, and it just took the whole stream out. And I was like, okay, that's just a sign I need to go ahead and let it go. And so this week, DJ Kenny, you may be right. I may be what's going on is I may be being sabotaged. It may have it out for me. They don't like what I'm saying, and they don't like that I may be saying some real stuff, and so it makes everybody a little nervous. Mr. TB Banks, he says, I'm still DJing with my DDJ SX2. It still works, and I'm good with that. See? I like that kind of stuff right there, man. Shouts out to you, TB Banks, or T Banks. Shouts out to you for still working what you already got. All right, so now you guys are getting into my gear. Okay, so let's talk about my gear here since DJ XL. So I know about the dummy battery, but again, I don't want to be tied and confined by wires, right? So I've got a 10-foot HDMI cord that comes out from the Rodecaster Video S and goes to the camera. And then as far as a dummy battery, it has limits to how far it can be. But I got a portable battery that clips to the stand that the camera's on, and then an USB-C that goes in to charge the battery. Now, this thing could last for, I don't know, up to, I want to say like 6 hours, 6 hours on one charge. And so it wasn't the battery. It's not the battery on the camera. It's that the fact that the sun is behind me and the sun is directly on the camera. And sometimes it like overheats a little bit. But I think that I may be okay. I had it on like an hour before the show just to kind of make sure that I have everything going. So it's been on now for almost 2 hours. So I mean, I don't know. That could be it. If it goes out again, it goes out again. So yeah, just trying to do some new stuff, man. You know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm still trying to get it together. Look at G Kenny. Everybody hit the likes, please. Thank you. Rain is sabotaging you. You know what? So a rep from Rain is probably in here. You know, I saw 23 people in here earlier, and then all of a sudden it just drops all the way down to 6. I mean, how does 23 people hop off at one time? And they all hop at the same time. Oh yeah, they probably got me on in their board meetings. Oh man, can't make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. All right. Is there any questions that you guys may have? Because of course, look, I know sometimes I can run a long show. Lately, I've been trying to do something different. Somebody's been keeping me to that 30-minute time frame. And today it's the volume and the camera. So I will give you, a few more minutes to ask any questions that you may have, and then I'm gonna shut this down because I'm gonna work on it. And next week I am on vacation, but I am going to try to have this available because I want to try this again. So this was a test run, and hopefully I get the volume and everything right this time. So bear with me as we'll be back hopefully again next week at 12 o'clock on Thursday. Let's see. DJ Dave B. I gotta blow some of these comments up. I don't know why they're so small. There we go. All right. Happy New Year. Is your view still the same when it comes to the 360 tubes, or are they starting to grow on you for 2026? No. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, my view on them is still the same. Some people have reached out when I posted that picture of my setup from this past Monday. They're like, it would look great with some 360 tubes. I'm like, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because I don't like them. To me, the 360 tubes are cheesy. That's just me. I'm not saying that your setup, if you use them, I'm not saying your setup is cheesy. I just think, to me, they are unnecessary lights. I mean, I don't need to light up myself. I need to play music. I already got enough on my hands dealing with speakers, sound, mixer, and, the little bit of lights that I do have. So that's my, oh, there goes the camera again. It's probably overheating and everything, guys. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. You know what? I'm just gonna take this down. I'm just gonna take it down, and I'm gonna answer the questions without me being on here. I'm still here, so I'm just gonna answer the questions without me being on the screen. And next time, we're not gonna fire up this camera until it's showtime, because it has been on for an hour and a half, and it would have made it the whole show had I just held off for how long it was on. That's all I need to do. Any other questions that I can answer for you while you got me? I don't have any more gigs until the end of this month. Well, it'll be my first wedding of 2026. And like I said, next week I will be on vacation. And then February, it just kicks off again, man. February, we start going ham. I think I've got 3, maybe 4 events in February. Same thing in March, April, May, June. I mean, it is. I'm blessed for it. That is not a brag for by any means. I'm definitely blessed to be able to have those events, and I just better get my feet up under me and enjoy this little time off. because it is rough. Any other questions before we get out of here? Yeah, I went dark again, Kenny. I went dark again. Once again, I do apologize for the volume. Um, I'm hoping to get that fixed. I'm hoping it'll be better next time. And I always appreciate you guys for sticking it out with me, going through these painful situations that come up. And I promise you, I will be back in the studio soon. But I like to try to do some different stuff, some remote stuff. All right, I'll give a few more seconds for any questions, and then I'm gonna go ahead and log off and get to work on trying to fix this. Any more questions that you guys may have for me? I think there's a conference coming up this month in NAM this month. Is there anybody in here going to NAM? I will not. It is in California. I've never been, and I've never been to the West Coast, period. I know, G. Kenny, I know you'll be out there. I'm pretty sure that it would be nice to be over there and have a nice show over there, but no, I will not be attending. Um, I think that's the only, I know they have like Midwest DJs somewhere. Mr. T Banks says he got me a easy baby shower gig in 2 weeks. Are you enjoying your time off? Are you enjoying the rest before the storm? Because the storm is coming. It's definitely coming. You know, one thing that doesn't stop when you don't have gigs? Bills. I hope you guys are preparing for the bills and everything when it gets slower. Tax season is upon us. I may talk about taxes next week, but before the end of the month, I need to start talking about taxes to you guys again, just so we can make sure that you DJs are not getting rolled under the bus. I've been trying to keep up with all things taxes, as far as changes in taxes. I used to work at a tax office, so I try to stay up on that stuff because I never want to be on the radar of the worst three letters in human history: the I, the R, and the S. I know most of you probably have accountants that take care of it, but who's accounting for them? Who's making sure that they do what they're supposed to do? All right, I don't see any more questions in the chat here, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, Mike, I'll give you a call and we'll talk about that. Mike asks, "Is there a gain on the mixer that you're using? Turn it up, yeah. It's the Rodecaster Video S, and it's got a great gain. It's got an app program that I can go in and turn the gain up. It's actually up everywhere. I'm surprised I'm not blasting through a lot of you guys. However you're listening to me. I'm not sure what's taking place. I have no idea. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off here and let you guys get back to it. I always appreciate you guys coming and supporting me. I will continue to try to do new stuff, even if, I fail at it. I will continue to do so because one day it will be seamless. And I will remember these times and I will say, yeah, it had to start somewhere. So if you guys have gigs and everything that's coming up weekend, make sure you knock them out, man. I would love to see some of your stuff. You can hit me up on Instagram and send me, some video content of what you've been doing. I am going to start 2 new series on this show, and for content purposes. So we are going to do a review my setup. So I know you guys love when I look at other DJs setups and critique them, even though it doesn't matter what I think. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. So I'm going to do that and bring that on here. And another thing that I want to bring on here is to show you. Now, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one as a surprise. It's coming because I don't want somebody to take that idea yet. I don't want somebody to take that. It's gonna be a good segment though. So get ready for those. And what's G Kenny saying? It's probably the cable. Jay, all good. We heard you. Holla in 2 weeks. Oh boy, glad you're back. Yeah, and it'll probably be next week, G Kenny. And it looks like a majority of you guys like the change up. You like the fact that I tried to do it, my setup in another location. So that's pretty cool. Appreciate you guys. All right, enjoy your week. We will holla at you next week. Appreciate all you guys. And as always, much, much love and respect.